Joe Biden held Israel closer than any American president ever did in the terrible days after the Hamas attacks on October 7. But more than 2 months later, after end Israeli strikes that killed thousands of civilians in Gaza, unprecedented war-related tensions are rising between the White House and government Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Biden, for example, accused Israel of indiscriminate at a political event not in front of cameras this week. He used overly blunt language, which often caused a pushback from Israeli leaders who insisted they were trying to save civilians, but accused Hamas of using innocent Palestinians as a cover. Diplomatic rifts are deepening as a new U.S. intelligence assessment, reported exclusively by CNN on Thursday, shows that nearly half of the air-to-ground munitions Israel uses in Gaza are unguided so-called dumb-s. CNN was given rare footage of a field hospital in southern Gaza where victims shared stories illustrating the harrowing realities of war. The next big geopolitical question about the war in Gaza is not whether the war will isolate Israel internationally. This has already happened. The question is whether White House's firm support for the operation will also alienate United States from its friends and seriously jeopardize broader national security goals. And grim toll on Palestinians also increases political price Biden is paying at home for support for Israel and raises doubts about his ability to revive political coalition ahead of 2024 elections. That's sensitive backdrop to Biden's national security advisor Jake Sullivan's trip to Israel on Thursday, where he will meet with Netanyahu and other key officials after the president's strikingly direct criticism of right-wing Israeli coalition. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said Sullivan plans to discuss the issue of aid flowing to Gaza and the next phase of military action. Biden's White House foreign policy official will also discuss with the Israelis efforts be more surgical, more precise and to reduce harm civilians. And the Israelis say it's their purpose, Kirby said. But it's the results that matter. Sullivan's trip shows that Washington believes Israel has failed to adequately heed Secretary of State Antony Blinken's warnings after ceasefire ended earlier this month that its ongoing operations should pay more attention to protecting civilians than the first phase of Gaza operation. Sullivan's perspective on his trip will also contrast with Biden's visit to Israel in October, when he told Israelis he understood their pain, shock and all-consuming anger. But he also warned against making same mistakes United States made after September 11 attacks in 2001. Telling reporters on way home that Israel would take over country if did not take steps to ease suffering of Palestinians in Gaza, being judged harshly by the international community. CNN cannot independently verify this number. Approximately 1,200 Israelis were key